Hello my dear students, welcome back to another session of our biology class. So today we will be dealing with the continuation of last class. In the last class we discussed nutrition in humans and we started with the digestion and we discussed what is happening in the buccal cavity, typically in the teeth, how teeth help in the digestion. Isn't it? Different types of teeth we discussed. 4 different types of teeth are there, isn't it? And we discussed the shapes and how they are functioning according to their shapes. And 2 different types of dentition are there. That is, permanent teeth are there and temporary teeth are there. And we discussed how much numbers are there. Temporary teeth are of 20 in number and that of permanent teeth are 32 in number and temporary teeth are 20 in numbers. Clear? So today we are going to the next session. You know that how the food is moving, right? From the buccal cavity to where it is moved? To the esophagus. Then it will reach into the stomach. Then from stomach, it would reach to the small intestine. Yes. Then large intestine. I am not writing intestine over there. Then to anus. Egestion is being happening. So today we are going to deal the rest portion of the buccal cavity. Okay. So in the last class we discussed teeth, isn't it? Buccal cavity in turn consists of all things. Teeth are there, tongue are there, then tongue is there, then salivary glands. Before going to the next session, that is tongue, one more topic related to teeth is to be discussed. That is, in your textbook, you can see a box, right? That is, the term is tooth decay. You have to study this. Okay, tooth decay. See, when we eat food, some small bits and pulps would enter in the gaps between the teeth. Sometimes it won't go. It will persist there unless or if we do not brush our teeth carefully. If we don't brush our teeth carefully, that bits and bobs would remain between the teeth. Then what would be the effect if it remains over there? You know that some sort of bacteria are present inside our mouth, right? That bacteria would react with this leftover food materials. Okay, leftover food materials and form a sticky substance known as plaque. Plaque. Okay, not the plaque disease. It is plaque also you can pronounce. Okay. So the bacteria, you know that saliva is present inside our mouth, right? Bacteria along with the saliva would react with the leftover food present between the teeth and ultimately they would form to plaque. Okay, that plaque, it's a sticky thing, it would stick in between the teeth. Now what would happen if we don't remove the plaque? What is the negative impact of plaque causes? Yes, it causes many harmful side. What does it cause? This plaque, if it is left uncleaned or if it is left over there as such, plaque would react with the sugars that is present in our food material. Our food material contains varieties of tastes, right? And we are very fond of sugars, right? So if we eat sugars, our plaque, if any plaque is present inside our mouth, that plaque would react with these sugars and form acids. What does it form? Acids. Acids are dangerous. How acid forms dangerous thing? These acids would react with the enamel. In the last class we studied about enamel, right? Enamel is the hardest substance present in our body itself. But acid have the ability to digest or to react with even this enamel. They have the ability to destroy or damage this enamel. Clear? So if plaque is left remain there, which is not cleaned or which is not maintained correctly, that plaque would react with the sugars present in our food and form acids, and these acids would affect our enamel and thus results in the production of tooth holes or cavities. That is known as tooth decay. Okay, that is known as tooth decay. Clear? So that's how the tooth decay or the tooth cavities are being happening. Okay, now next portion is how this tooth decay are creating pain in us. This tooth decay make holes or cavities in the teeth. That would make the blood vessels and nerves of our teeth got exposed. Then blood vessels and nerves are present inside our teeth, right? They would get exposed due to this tooth decay. That's why when we are having hot or cold food items, we feel much pain. Like that way, pain we will have if we are affected with this tooth decay. Just how it causes severe pain, right? Many of us would be having that. Many of us had experienced that tooth decay. Okay, so that is the impact of tooth decay. Now, let me ask you a question. How we can prevent this tooth decay? How we can prevent this tooth decay? Yes, I heard one answer. Brush twice. We have to brush our teeth twice in a day, preferably morning, that or everyone do. But we are a little bit lazy to brush our teeth during night. I know. Some of us, not many, but some of us are little bit lazy because of they will feel sleepy. That's why they just skip the night brushing and went to bed. So don't skip your night brushing. Have your brushing during the night also. Okay, brush twice in a day. Another one, avoid eating sweets, chocolates, and all other ice creams. All that causes this tooth decay. Oh, what a condition, right? I am not telling to completely avoid that, lessen that. Many of us are, including me, are very fond of having chocolates, right? So lessen the amount. So avoid eating this sweets, chocolates, ice creams, And another one is that we must use dental floss. Have you heard of dental floss? Have you seen dental floss? Many of us might seen this dental floss. Dental floss is a it's a special strong thread. It can be put between the teeth. See, if teeth, suppose teeth are there, we can that thread is put between the teeth, and we can drag it back and forth, so that the bits and bobs present between the teeth will be get rid of, and it will be clean and tidy. So try to use dental floss. It would help a lot and prevent tooth decay. So read that pink box that is present, that is seen in your page number 16. Okay, shall we move to the next? So that's all about teeth. Now we are moving to the next portion of our buccal cavity. It is none other than tongue. Tongue. Okay. How you can define tongue? How you can define? Tongue is a fleshy muscular organ that is attached to the back floor of our buccal cavity, isn't it? Tongue is attached towards the back, right? And all of our tongue are easy to move in all direction. Try to move your tongue in all direction. Yes, we are able to move our tongue in all direction. Now, can you say what are the functions performed by tongue? Yes, it helps to speak. Yes, we are speaking with the help of tongue. Then, another one, it pushes and help in swallowing of the food. Right? We pushes the food and helping tongue pushes and helping swallowing of the food. Another function is it helps in mixing the food. Mixing the food with what is present in our mouth? Yes, saliva. Right. It helps in the mixing up of food with the saliva. One more function is there. Can you say that? How we can recognize taste? Yes, it's because of tongue. Tongue helps in the recognition of taste with the help of taste buds. See, when we examine the tongue, go and stretch your tongue before a mirror and you could see small buds like structure present in our tongue. They are the taste buds. They can recognize the taste. So typically 4 types of taste are being recognized by tongue. They are salty, sour taste, sweet taste and bitter taste. Clear? And in your textbook, that figure you have to draw it in your notebook. That is figure 2.5. Okay, figure 2.5 you have to draw in your notebook. And in that figure you can see which all portions of the tongue is recognizing which all taste things. At the tip it is sweet and at the back it is bitter. In the middle it is the sour and salt. So that's all about tongue. You have to know what is tongue, their functions and the taste buds and the 4 types of taste they are recognizing. Okay, small portion. But you have to draw the figure neatly. Okay. So I'm moving to the next topic of buccal cavity. What is that? Yes, it is salivary glands. Salivary gland is one of the accessory glands present in our digestive system that we have studied that. So the third one is salivary gland. Right. Salivary gland secrete saliva. Okay. And another important thing you are going to study, which is a quite new thing. Saliva contain an enzyme. What does it known as? Enzyme. How we can pronounce it? Enzyme. What is an enzyme? Enzyme is nothing but a substance which have the ability to speed up a reaction. Okay. Enzyme is nothing but a substance which have the ability to speed up a chemical reaction. Many chemical reactions are being going on in our body. Typically biochemical reaction. Right. So enzyme. So which enzyme is present in saliva? Yes, it is amylase. What it is known as? Amylase. Amylase is the enzyme present in saliva. Now, what is the role of amylase? Before going to the version of its function, let me tell you. See, when you eat only the raw rice, without curries, without your side dishes, without your any chicken fry or fish fry or anything or any papad, anything else, eat a few 8 to 10 grains of boiled raw rice. After swallowing, what is the taste felt there? You can feel a sugary taste, isn't it? So, it contains, actually what is rice? You have studied in the 5th standard, isn't it? Rice is an example of carbohydrates, correct? So, the carbohydrates are sugars, actually sugars. Okay. Amylase, the role of amylase is they convert the starch in the food into sugar. They convert starch into sugar. Clear? So, a type of a partial digestion is happening here. Clear? A partial digestion is happening here. The starch present in the food will be converted into sugar by the action of amylase. Clear? I hope it's clear. You will have some confusions because this is a new term. You are studying it for the first time. Dears, the easy way to remember this is write and study. Okay, then you will be get familiarized with the spelling. You won't go for the wrong spellings. Okay, role of amylase. So that's all about the digestion in the buccal cavity. So with this we completed the area buccal cavity. Now after buccal cavity, where does the food enters? Yes, to the pharynx and how does this pronounced? Esophagus. O is kept silent. Esophagus. Now the chewed food is swallowed or is pushed down with the help of tongue to a long muscular tube. To a long muscular tube. And that muscular tube is known as esophagus or food pipe. Another name is food pipe. Both are same. Food pipe and esophagus are same. So esophagus or food pipe is a long muscular tube. Clear? And how the food is passed into the long muscular tube? The food is, the chewed food is passed first to a short tube. Short tube. That short tube is known as pharynx. First of all, the chewed food would be passed to the short tube known as pharynx. From the short tube, it will be passed to the long muscular tube known as esophagus. Clear? I hope it's clear to you. Okay? Now, when the slightly digested food is entering to the pharynx and finally to the esophagus. When the slightly digested food is entering into the food pipe, the walls, it's a long muscular tube. The muscular walls starts to contract and relax. Again, it will contract and relax. So it's more or less a wave-like portion. Can you see the movement? Wave-like motion. Okay. When the food enters, see, look here. I will draw it and show you. When the food enters into the esophagus, it's a long muscular tube. It's a long muscular tube. When the food enters here, this area will contract and pushes down the food to the next area. Clear? Once the food is pushed down, this area will relax and regain its original shape and this area will contract. Understand? That contraction leads to the pushing of the food material to the another portion. When the food reaches to another portion, this area regain its actual relaxes and regain the shape. Here contraction occurs. Understood? So more or less a wave-like movement is happening. This wave-like movement is known as peristalsis. What does it known as? Peristalsis. Clear? So how we can define peristalsis? The pushing down of the food into the esophagus constitutes the contraction of the walls of esophagus. That movement is known as peristalsis. The wave-like movement which occurs in the walls of esophagus due to the pushing down of the food is known as peristalsis. It is clearly given in your textbook. You have to write it down from the textbook. I know you are doing, many of you have sent the written notes. I know everyone are doing. I'm very happy to see that many of us are maintaining the note very nicely. Beautiful handwriting, very well, clearly, beautifully they have drawn their figures and all. So I know everyone are doing. So you have to do the works that is assigned to you at that day itself. Don't postpone it. Okay. So for time being, I think this class is clear. So for time being, we can wind up this class. If you are feeling any kind of difficulty, do contact me. I'm always here to help you. Dears, stay safe, be happy. Okay, thank you.